the Vice President for Solutions Consulting here at Magic. I joined about a year and a half ago. I'm also the Director of Content and Curriculum here. I've been in EdTech for 30 years. June of 2022 will be exactly 30 years. I entered the workforce fresh out of college and joined what we would now call a traditional educational publisher. When the shift to digital came, what I spent a lot of time doing was really trying to harness the capabilities that were now available to us outside of the printed page to ensure that every student for whom we were releasing content had an equal opportunity to succeed. So my first week at Magic was a little bit trippy. I joined Magic during the height of the pandemic, and I live in New York City and Manhattan. And for us here, the height of the pandemic was particularly stark. So it was a surreal time, but the lovely thing about having joined Magic in that first week remotely was that everybody really took pains to lean in, make sure I felt welcome. The phrase that I heard uttered by leadership and everybody that I met during that week was, "We want you to have the opportunity to succeed," which was a lovely thing to keep hearing back at me, particularly during a traumatic time. And funny story about that first week and meeting everybody virtually. When I eventually met them later, I learned they weren't as tall as I thought they all were. So everybody had apparently learned during the course of the pandemic, something I never learned, was how to position their cameras to make themselves appear towering when in fact they weren't. They're towering personalities and towering in all the best ways, but in terms of physical height, nah, they're not. Well, that really goes back to how I cut my teeth really in educational technology and publishing. In 2010, I was the editor-in-chief for developmental reading, writing, and mathematics, and that was a portfolio geared towards students who are arriving at college who were unable to do reading, writing, and or math at a college level. And that's where I really gained an awareness of the diversity of students who were consuming the products and the content that I provided. A lot of those students were on the bubble, and we were at risk of losing a lot of those students. We still are at risk of losing those students. And that's where I became really animated by the mission to ensure that every student who would engage in a product or content that I would develop had an equal opportunity to succeed with it, so that they would not only be successful in that course, they would be successful in their academic careers, and they would be successful in life, because that's what an academic career is meant to do. I now, at Magic, the content I develop, we really do take very much into account and imbue products regardless of whether a partner asks us for it or not, although increasingly happily partners are asking us for this. Imbue the product with content that is going to take into account the background knowledge, the schema, the different backgrounds that students are bringing to the table with them, to make sure that it is engaging, accessible, interesting, and provides them with the best opportunity to achieve the outcomes that are in scope for them. Am I a fan of working with Magic? Absolutely. And funny story, in December of 2019, I actually left the corporate world to start my own business, my own consulting and content business. And I'll say that date again. I left in December of 2019 to start my own business. So obviously, after 2 months of a really good run and a good start, the world cratered around a global pandemic. So when I joined Magic a little while later, what I found, and what has been the most fulfilling, most inspiring, most gratifying piece of working with Magic, is I was able to create that business within Magic. Magic is a digital learning product company, and it had not prior had a particularly strong footprint in content and curriculum development. That is my background, that is the business I tried to start, and that is the business I've been able to create within Magic and see it absolutely flourish. What I love about that is not only the contributions we're making to what our partners are trying to do, not only the fact that I'm able to harness my 30-year background in educational content development, but I've also been able to burnish and expand Magic's brand so that we're now truly an end-to-end partner with any of the clients we engage in the ecosystem. We're able to conceive of products, provide the ideation and execution of the content, and then move that all the way downstream to full digital product execution. So am I a fan of working with Magic? I could not be happier. Well, there's a few things. One, I'm a gym rat, so I am frequently in the gym lifting heavy things over my face, which is probably a colossal waste of time, but I spend a lot of it doing that. I also, during the course of the pandemic, at the age of 50, became a bit of a marathon runner. So every couple of days, I'm running about 9 miles down the Hudson River here in Manhattan, down from Chelsea to the seaport. And really, if I had to be honest about where I'm spending my time outside of work, it's singing karaoke. There is a karaoke cabaret bar, live piano, 4 blocks away from where I live in Manhattan. And I will go and I will sing. I'm that guy. I will sing one song and leave. And that one song happens to be Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. And that's a kind of song that should come out of a teenage girl's face, and it's coming out of the face of a 51-year-old man. But I will say that nevertheless, it works 100% of the time. I have no idea why that's true, but it works 100% of the time. So I enjoy it immensely. My advice is in 2 parts. 1, don't take yourself too seriously, but 2, take the work that we do seriously. 1, we have a lot of colleagues, collaborators, clients, customers with whom we need to work every single day to produce the best possible products and outcomes. And we need to be able to laugh. We need to be able to enjoy what we're doing, because the work will suffer for the absence of any of that. But 2, we always have to keep our eye on the ball and recognize that the work we do is serious. We are supplying districts, institutions, teachers, instructors, students with products that are going to help them succeed in life, in their academic careers and beyond. And that is serious stuff. So while we need to go in with a sense of humor about ourselves, we need to realize the critical nature of what it is we're producing. So having that dual focus is my bit of advice. So I hope that helps someone.